Good morning, my name is Tyler Clauson, PGA head golf professional here at Tiburón Golf Club, and we're here to introduce some important rules changes for 2019. These rules were introduced from the USGA for 2019 for the main purpose of pace of play at golf club facilities and enjoyment of the game. Here at Tiburón, we are also planning to host a 2019 rules seminar for our membership that will also enhance member satisfaction, pace of play, and enjoyment of the game. If you have any questions going forward, please don't hesitate to contact our professional staff here at Tiburón. We're here to answer any questions and help you. But just some basic rules that changed this year from the USGA. Search time. So when you are searching for a lost ball that might have strayed away from the fairway, the reduced time is now 3 minutes. The previous search time was 5 minutes. So that should help pace the play. Any ball moved during your search, you can now replace at no penalty. So if you do step on your ball and it's in the weeds or in the coquina off the area and you drive over it or walk over it, you can now replace that ball with no penalty. An embedded ball, free drop except in penalty areas, bunkers, sand, or rough. Measuring a drop. So when you take a lateral drop, you can use your longest club in your bag, except you cannot use your putter. So most people will elect to use their driver when taking a drop. When we do drop, we used to use our shoulder height. So when you take your ball and you drop it from shoulder height, it's now going to be from your knee height. So just a little bit different. We'll be dropping from our knees. Taking a stance on the wrong green is now not permitted. If your ball is unintentionally hit another player or equipment, you can replace that ball with no penalty. For those of you that maybe double hit the ball every now and then, lucky for you, there's now no penalty for that. It only counts as one stroke, whether it's out of a bunker, whether it's chipping around the green, etc. Only one stroke for a double hit. Touching the sand in the bunker is now permitted, but not on your backswing. So if you incidentally touch the sand when you enter the bunker to address your golf ball, you can touch the sand on the backswing, but you cannot touch it other than that.
Gentlemen, hi.
How you doing? Loose impediments can now be removed from anywhere on the golf course. If you drop a ball out of the bunker, you can take a 2-stroke penalty. So if you elect to not play the ball in the bunker, you can take a 2-stroke penalty. Water hazards are now called penalty areas. If you touch the ground in a penalty area, there's now no penalty. So if you're in a lateral hazard and you incidentally touch the ground, there is no penalty for that. If your ball moves on the green after being marked, you can now replace it with no penalty. If your ball accidentally moves after being raked, you can replace it with no penalty. Most damage to the green can now be repaired. The only stipulation to that was no aeration holes. So if a golf course is aerified in the summer down here in Florida, that's the only exception there. If you do get to the putting surface and you want to replace a ball mark or fix a divot, you can now do that with no penalty. Positioning a club for alignment is not permitted. And for those of us that play professionally or those of us that take a caddy in tournaments, the caddy is now no longer able to align the player pre-shot. Any putt striking the flag stick left in the hole is now permitted. So this should be a huge one for pace of play. For those of us that maybe play as a twosome or a threesome, we go up and we take an extra 30 seconds to remove the flag stick, ask if it needs to be tended, etc. We no longer need to do that. We can keep the flag stick right in and putt the ball. And that leads us to the last big rule change. If the ball is wedged against the flag stick, so if we elect not to remove that flag stick, or if we hit a shot from the fairway and the ball is wedged up against the flag stick, it is now considered hold out and you made the putt or made the shot. So going forward, we are going to be doing some pictures and live videos of these rule changes. So go into a little bit more detail about these with some visual aspects to it. But we just want to introduce the major rule changes in 2019, and hopefully we'll pick up pace of play here and make it more enjoyable for everybody. Thanks for spending time with us today.